Welcome to the Do Business Like a Woman show. How are you getting on? So today I'm talking about how everything you want is just outside of your comfort zone. And this is something I have seen over and over again with myself and my clients, but it's also something I'm coming to realize for myself at a deeper level every single day. And I have a mentor who says, you need to be doing something every single day that pushes you outside of your comfort zone in order to grow. Now, it's really interesting. I've just been listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I was really resistant to his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I tried to read it once and it was a bit heavy going at the beginning and I kind of gave up. But I've got it on Audible and I've been listening to it. And it's just helped a few things land in me, which may well also be helpful to you. You know, I mentioned last week that I had a question around how much do we look to consciously create our lives and how much do we let go and let the universe and kind of accept what's in front of us? Well, what I've been realizing this week is how the two actually go perfectly hand in hand. And the realization for me has been that God, the universe, gave me this tool. He gave me this mind, and I can either let it just be a monkey mind, or I can use the tool as it was intended, which I believe was to have some input into the way that I experience the world and the universe, right? Because basically what this whole thing is the universe experiencing itself, right? So it just happens to be experiencing itself through you and through your eyes. Now, are we just passive observers in this process, or do we get to be part of it? Well, what I'm realizing and what I'm feeling, what I'm knowing, you know, that deep sense of knowing, is that we get to be part of it. And you may have heard the term co-create. Well, really, this is what it is. So it's us and the universe co-creating together. So of course the universe has a divine plan. Of course it's right and best to let the universe lead. And you get to put out there what you want, and not just from an ego perspective, but, you know, checking with your soul, what really is the best, what's the highest. And then you get to put that intention out there and request that. And then the universe delights in creating that with you, right? And so, you know, I've always understood about conscious creation, but it's only really recently that I'm just getting it on a whole nother level. And people always say this, and I kind of never fully believed them, if I was honest. I kind of did, but it didn't land fully, is that it's all a mindset thing. And, you know, we can take all the actions out there, but if the mindset piece isn't in place, and I would go further, you know, I'd go so far as to say it's a soul piece, it's a being piece, the way that we create. So how is this relevant to you and your business? Because this show is about business, right? Well, it's completely relevant, because it's how you're going to create or not the results in your business, right? And of course, then we let go of the outcomes. Basically, the way I see it is we do our part. You know, who authored that book? Mike Dooley, in his books about thoughts become things and creating with the universe, he talks about a triangle, and he says, this side is your side and you do your piece, and then the universe does their piece, right? And that's how the creation happens. So we get to do our piece, which is making sure that we're aligned with our thoughts, with our emotions. And I'm not talking about desperately trying to control these things. For me, it's much more of an organic process, like letting things move through. And so I can't control the thoughts that come into my mind. Perhaps you can't either. But I get to choose the ones I cultivate and the ones I focus on and I let become part of me. Same with feelings and emotions. This is not about pushing them down. We get to feel them all, right? This is not about saying, oh, I'm never going to feel depressed or never going to be angry. I'm never going to have a negative emotional state again. It's unlikely at the stage of evolution we are, but those come too. They can come through, and you can just set the intention that you're going to have that higher vibration, that higher way of being. It's about changing who we are being so that we create differently. Because remember, the whole thing, our shared reality is created from the quantum field of possibilities. Everything's energy, right? We, the observer, bring it down into one thing, or in the case of the collective consciousness, all of our minds together create what we have here. I don't think we're currently creating as well as we could, do you? But if enough of us choose to change the way we create, hi Kath, and the way that we view, first it changes in us, then it changes out there. So what about if enough of us chose to be conscious female entrepreneurs, chose that we're no longer going to play small because that doesn't serve anyone? What if we chose to charge what we're worth? What if we chose and then let go of the results and just go with what comes to us? And that's when the magic happens. What if enough of us together chose to create a world and believe in a world, because we have to believe in it first, and then the mind, the collective mind, will produce it. So what if enough of us believed in a clean world with clean energy, no plastic? What if enough of us believed in clean, renewable energy, in everybody having everything they need, because that is totally possible? What if we all believed in higher values than the current consciousness? What would change? What would look different? And if you think this is impossible, think of someone like Gandhi, who, you know, in India at the time, the British were occupying and controlling. And he believed in a different reality when there was no signs that would ever happen. And he held the faith. Wow, did that guy have faith? And look what happened. Now, there's a bunch of us female entrepreneurs. I think we're pretty awesome people, if I do say so myself. What do you think? How would that look for you? What are your questions about this? Because here's what I will share. My results have significantly increased as I've kind of not fallen into, but sunk into this process and really realized this deep inside myself. You know, I used to be able to create things, but it was kind of a struggle, I'll be honest. And there was like a lot of angst that was in the process. And now it's just like more pleasurable, right? So what do you choose to create for yourself and in your business? And this can be fun, right? We have opportunity. So what are you choosing to focus on? Because it all starts with your mind, your state of being, and our daily work is on changing that. And again, this is not about painting over the top of any dark emotions. Leave me a comment if you get what I'm talking about, or am I just too woo today? Tell me, I'd love to know. So, you know, we get to change our state of being, and it's not easy because we are conditioned from birth the way we are to be who we are. But if we just accept that conditioning, what are we going to create? I'll tell you what we'll create. More of the same. So how do we change it? Pattern interrupt. Change who you're being. You got this. You can do it. And if you need support, get a coach. That's what mentoring's for. What would the version of you that has the successful business that you're creating, How would she respond to things? How is she being? Who is she showing up like? What kind of decisions is she making? How does she approach money? Is she in faith or fear? These are some of the questions you can ask yourself. So let me know what's resonating, because if I don't hear from you, I don't know. And then I'm just here by myself and I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm saying anything useful, anything good. So just leave me a comment, like let me know. Kath says she gets this. Oh, good, good. Big heart for you, lovey. Yeah, and so tell me what questions you have about this. What do you struggle with in terms of who you're being and your I don't even want to say the word mindset, because it's more than that. It's more than mind. The mind is a tool. I just spat on my screen. I'm really passionate about this, clearly. The mind is a tool that we get to use. So this is deeper than that. This is about like, who do we get to be? Because here's something I know. We don't get to be powerful and affect change unless we change who we are, unless we are well resourced, unless we choose to show up more powerfully. And it's a decision we each get to make. So I hope that was good for you. Lots of love to you. Let me know how you're getting on in your business. I am still working on a special thing for you that's coming up, the Thrive process. So you've got to look out for that. It's going to change the way you do business forever. This is all about getting all the high paying clients you need when you need them. No questions asked. So that's what I am creating for you. So look out for that's coming soon. That's a free training that I'm working on behind the scenes. That's what I've been squirreling away doing. I'm about to pop out and walk my dog Rosie now and enjoy the sunshine. I hope that you're doing well. Lots of love to you. Be in touch. Leave me a comment. Bye for now.